Hey, hi everybody. Welcome back to Life After Mental Illness. I'm Bill MacPhee, your recovery expert. And remember, recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. In our last segment, I told you a little bit about insight into schizophrenia, the lack of insight, and why that was a positive symptom. And then today I want to talk a little bit about paranoia. Um, because paranoia basically is one of the reasons that people do not have insight into their illness. And basically we hear all the time about paranoid schizophrenia, or so and so is a paranoid schizophrenia. I got to tell you that it's very common to have paranoia with schizophrenia, but in all people, not in every case, somebody may not be paranoid. So, when you have the positive and the negative symptoms, there's a mix of symptoms in everybody. Everybody's an individual, everybody's situation is different. But anyways, so paranoia basically means that you're basically the center of the universe. You think that everything that is happening around you, and because of you, you think you're the center. And what's very, very common with paranoia is that you become very, very suspicious. Very suspicious. And you don't trust people. You wonder what's going on. For example, I can remember when I was in my psychosis, when I was paranoid, I can remember stopping I was driving from Woodstock to London, Ontario, back and forth because I had to, part of my delusion. And I can remember stopping and getting gas. And I asked the gas attendant for directions. And I was very suspicious, didn't know what's happening. And he told me one way, he said, go this way. And I was like, come on, man, are you lying to me? Are you telling me the truth and everything? Because I was paranoid, I was suspicious. And that's very, very common. Paranoia now, as well, what happens with paranoia, it backs up our delusions. And I'm going to talk a little bit about delusions in the next segment. But paranoia backs up our delusions because when we're paranoid, coincidences happen. And coincidences back up our paranoia. Now, I'm going to talk both sides of my mouth here. And I really can't figure it out myself, but I'm going to be honest with you. I say about coincidences happen. That I talk about coincidences. But really deep down, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everything is kind of predestined. Everything is kind of, it's going to happen. What's supposed to happen, it will happen. So in that sense, I don't believe in coincidences. But yet, in the other sense, I believe in coincidence. That, for example, like this. I can remember, for example, I would go to a new friend's house, and I'd say, "Well, what kind of music do you like?" And he'd say, "Well, I like Neil Diamond or Olivia Newton-John." And I'd say, "Really? I like those people too. I like those artists." And the person would go to their cabinet, and they'd pull out the records that they have, Olivia Newton-John and Neil Diamond records. So there you're suspicious, you're paranoid, and you're thinking, "How can this person have the same kind of music that I just requested or liked or told them about?" Then what happens? I leave the apartment, I get into my car, I turn on the radio, and what's playing but Olivia Newton-John? These things are coincidences, or are they predestined? But what the point is they back up your paranoia. They really play head games with your mind. Again, paranoia, you may be getting messages from the radio or TV. You take them individually, you take them to heart, you're very suspicious. A lot of people are scared to take medication because they're paranoid that somebody's trying to hurt them, somebody's trying to harm them, and that can be a real problem with this illness. So, one more example of paranoia, and then we'll move on. So, paranoia as well, another example. For example, I can remember when I was in Woodstock and I was walking the streets, I was in psychosis, and I wanted to go into the store and get a chocolate milk and a bag of chips. So no problem, I walk into the store, I get a bag of chips, I get a chocolate milk, I go to pay for it, I take all my change out of my pocket, and you know what? The change I had in my pocket was exactly the same amount what the bill came to. And you're thinking, so how can you not think, wow, that's weird, how can you have the exact change? But it happens, right? It probably happens to many people in their life. But when you're paranoia, you're suspicious, you read into that, and it really affects your lifestyle and your quality of life. So that's a little bit about paranoia. Next time we'll talk a little bit about about the delusions, because paranoia fits into delusions. And then just stick around for a few more minutes because we have some footage of us going snorkeling. We did some snorkeling today, and we just did that a little while ago. So if you have any questions regarding life after mental illness or recovery, feel free to email me at bill@billmcphee.ca. McPhee is MacPhee, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. And remember, share this video and comment and like it and subscribe to YouTube. That's it for now. Remember, recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Have a great day. Bye for now, everybody. Hey folks, hope you enjoyed the segment about paranoia. We just thought we'd add this little bit in. We're just crossing the street going down to the lake, and we're going to do a little snorkeling. One of the neat things about snorkeling out here is that there's actually a wreck, a shipwreck from the War of 1812, and eventually when I get a GoPro camera, we'll be able to take it underwater and show you the wreck out here in Lake Erie. So very good. So I'm just going to point you to the Lake Erie here. You'll see where we're going to go snorkeling.
See the white bucket over there?
Yeah, I saw the white bucket. So out here, this is the area for where we're going to go swimming and snorkeling. And so I just wanted to say that we're doing that with the family here. And remember, there is life after mental illness, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. So, okay, Hannah, did we have fun out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you see the sunken boat? Or not? It was hard to get to it.
It was hard to see.
Yeah, Dwight got a good glimpse. I got a good glimpse. My fin broke the one strap the other day, so I was having little trouble getting around and struggling a bit, but it's good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, remember, tell the folks what our rules are. You can't go.
Oh, you can't go snorkeling alone.
That's right. You either have to be with me or Dwight, right?
Yes.
Very good, because we got a lake and we got a current, and we got Niagara Falls 20 miles down. We don't want to go over the falls.
Yeah.
Anyways, folks, so we'll catch you next time. So have a great day. Bye-bye. Hi. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter.